I personally don't feel there is any difference between large cap, mid cap and small caps. Ultimately, the cap is a cap, okay, whichever cap it is. It doesn't matter. You don't go by all these things. And one thing is this, all the FIIs, all the big HNIs, they invest into large caps. So chances of large cap giving you a multiple return is very less. But they are safer. Like for example, Larsen & Toubro or for Reliance Industry, for 10 years it did nothing. So large cap means very large cap, not necessarily they are going to give you a return. So I don't discriminate. Usually I don't invest in large cap because the fun is in what? You are in stock market to make good amount of money, which should not be better than your FD only. It should be handsome money which you really dreamt of. So for that you have to be disciplined and knowledgeable. Okay, so better to find such shares which are mid cap or small cap and have a potential to become large cap. So on that transit you should choose a shares. When I bought Cera Sanitary Ware, that time it was having 20% market shares in India. Just imagine third company, 20% market cap, small cap at a P ratio of 5, whereas just for example, so that you can understand how to think, the first company was sold to a foreign company at 2 times its sales. 1,000 crore rupees was the sales. The company was sold for 2,000 crore rupees to Roca, I forgot the name, South India company. EID Perry. So 1,000 rupees sale, 2,000 crore rupees it was sold. Cera Sanitary was having 100 crore ka sales and market cap of 50 crore rupees. So there was a huge gap, 50 crore. You understand now? So nothing much happened, only the valuation got changed. So you should you should compare between the company within the same sector and you should choose your investment. Don't go for large cap or mid cap, any company you can go for, but large cap is in the eyesight. Everybody knows the valuation. A small cap you will find nobody. Whenever I bought any shares in my life, most of the time, 99% of the time, people discourage me. What have you bought? This is the share. What is this? Is this a company? Cera koi company hai kya? I am telling you. कभी-कभी मेरे को लगता था, my God, I have gone. I bought Aegis Logistics at 14 rupees, and उसका मैं पब्लिश करता था, लोगों को जाकर दिखाता था. I used to go and tell people कि सर Aegis Logistics company, रमेश को मेरे सबको friends को बोला ये देखो वो everybody tell Aegis, what is this, what are they doing? So they are doing some logistics thing at the port. You were telling वो तो डब्बा हुआ बना रखा है वो. So nobody liked that story. 2 years, 1.5 years stock did nothing. After that it became 500 rupees. You know, in next 1 year. So this is the kind of story you should go for. I'll tell you, I think banking that path is not over now. Bank of Baroda has just declared that they have whatever provision they have to make, they are done with the provisions. The State Bank has come with another statement that still they have to provide more in the March quarter. But we don't know, it may continue to some of the banks may continue till June quarter. But if you get this information, especially the big banks, okay, like Bank of Baroda, if really their provisions are over, then it could be a good buy. But it's a dangerous buy. Stock market has lost a lot of money. People have lost a lot of fortune into banking stocks. And still FIs are having a lot of chunk of these banking stocks. So I think when a price will rise, they will sell. So you can keep an eye. But if you are convinced that provisions are over, then again, it's a matter of book value. I will tell you one simple example. There are many banking stocks which have a clean balance sheet and still available at a half of their book value. For example, Karnataka Bank, where I've invested your homework, didn't say, you know, he knew that. I've invested into Karnataka Bank. Yes, I'm in Karnataka. Okay. So, but I'm not recommending this stock. You do your homework. Just because it's a private bank, okay, management is very clean and price is half to book value. So you should search this kind of company. Even then you may have to see the pain. You may have to hold your stocks for 6 months, for 1 year, because it's out of fashion. But you should keep an eye.
Whenever a new IPO is released, in your experience, what are those 3-4 indicators that you have to look for to see that lambe chalne wala koda?
IPO?
Yeah. When you go to invest, since you said long-term investment is what you have to look for, what are those 3-4 indicators which give us a hint that, okay, this might go well in the long term?
Okay, about IPO, no? I will tell you, usually I have never invested in IPO for a simple matter. I will tell you why don't I invest. It doesn't mean I like money. It's not that I don't like money. But nowadays what is happening, IPOs, the merchant bankers have become very smart. Okay, now they tell, if the management says that my valuation is 2,000 crore, merchant banker will go to them and tell you, sir, I will get you 3,000 crore. You hold for 3 months. Because merchant banker will be getting the commission on the money raised by the management. So they will tell you, sir, I will get you 5,000 crore. Look at the startups, $1 billion, $2 billion. They are getting money to burn. So somebody asked me, why don't you invest in the startups? I said, I invest money to earn, not to burn. You know, so nowadays you are getting the valuation just because you are burning your money. So usually nowadays IPO is not a lucrative thing because management knows their value, and on 16 my value is this, and 2017 my value is this. So you have seen in the past also, barring one IPO, 2 IPOs out of 100, all IPOs are failed. Okay, and so I don't think that it's very important. Earlier days it was money, a good business in 1980s, 90s. From secondary market. Yeah, but secondary market, remember, as I said, without knowledge, without conviction, do not invest, go through mutual fund. Otherwise, don't do stock market business. We invest, this is the first question, like about the small caps and all. If you don't have the information about any company, please don't invest. Not necessary. Nobody has told you. Astrologer didn't tell you to invest in the market. That is why I told you, be informative, read a lot. Read a lot means read a lot. I'm trying to read 12, 13 newspapers every day in the morning. Every time I'm watching all the possible interviews given by all these entrepreneurs or managing directors or CEOs on television or internet. This is my passion. Okay, I don't watch any serial. I am not recommending that you also do, but I'm telling you what I am doing. If you ask me, kya big boss or a small boss or medium boss, I'm concerned only big cap and mid cap and small cap. You know. So that is the kind of passion I have. That is the kind of passion you should also have. So if you will have that passion, if you don't have the passion, that's a business for you. And it's a passion, then it's not a business, that's a pleasure for you. You know, so you have to be informative, you have to read a lot of news articles. You can't meet the management because management is not going to meet everybody. They will meet only FIIs and big people and Firangi and Gore and all. We Kallu do not have any chance to meet management. Okay, so that is why, and management also knows nothing. Most of the times I have seen, whenever I listen to the management, I have lost money in the market. That is, yes. I am telling you, this is the truth most of the time, because then I realized one day, what is this happening? All my friends are telling me, today I met him, they come to me, CEO ने ऐसा बोला, secretary ने ऐसा बोला, मतलब भैया तू ले, मैं तो सोचता हूँ, क्योंकि अगर CEO ने बोला तो मेरे को लेना ही नहीं है मेरे को. Because then I realized one thing, why management is also failing, because management is a human being, especially I'm talking about small cap and mid cap, okay? Management is also a human being, and there is a saying, you never know what you can become. You don't know what you can become after 5 years. You don't know. So how does that management know? They also don't know. They are doing their work only. So you have to have a farsightedness more than the management, you know? So coming to your question, the thing is this, we have to read a lot. That is the only thing that, then you have to apply your mind. What is written, that is written. You have to read between the line. That is why I said keep the information all around the world so that you connect the dots. I am telling you, I'm not boasting. Sometimes I send information to some of my company's management. When I am searching the net or I'm getting some information, so that articles, I send them to the MD or to the CEOs of those companies. So you have to be informative. There is no other way around. Don't go for inside information. Don't go on your tips. Remember, please never go on tips कि मेरे चाचा ने बोल दिया, girlfriend के भाई ने बोला, और मेरा वो उधर वो काम करता है उसने बोल दिया. You will ruin yourself. Why should you sell the shares? Usually there are three points. If you have to buy your house, because that is the one best thing must be happening to anybody, first house, okay? If the focus of the management changes, if you think like, I will give you one short example. I bought a company, Jayashree Tea, okay? The company was manufacturing tea. So I bought some percentage of the company, and after 1 year, the stock price also moved up. So after 1 year, I got that I got the news that company is going to invest, company is going to buy a sugar factory. So there is no connection between tea and sugar. Tea in itself is a cyclical industry, and sugar is also the cyclical industry plus political also. So I sold all my shares. So remember one thing: when the management changes, management is very important part. When the focus of the management changes, or when the product changes, like the product from tea to sugar, it changes, or when you feel third thing, when you feel the valuation is very high, so high to resist. Like sometime it happened in 2015, some of the stocks P ratio was 45. I sold my Atul Auto, as you know, okay, I was having 20% of Atul Auto, and Atul Auto is a shares which risen from 5 rupees to 2,500 rupees, that is 500 times. I sold my Atuloto because when I bought Atuloto, that time the P ratio was 5. Okay, when Goldman Sachs came to me at 45 P ratio, wanted to buy the shares. So I thought this is incredible high price and I sold my shares. So it's clear? When the focus changes, management changes, or the price is too high. After that, even you sell your shares, prices may go up, but you should not regret. Remember one thing, stock market is a place of regret. Every time you will have regret. You make money, you regret. You don't make money, you regret. You less make money, you will regret. Let me tell you that I have invested very small percentage of that jute company, in that jute company. So that will take some time because jute had seen a golden era 30, 40 years before. Now I think jute companies are not doing well, and out of 65 or 70 jute mills are there in Bengal. Out of that, I think 20 jute mills have been closed down already because of the higher price of jute. But this Cheviot company which you are talking about is into export. They are exporting a large sum of their revenue, and in the worldwide there is a phenomena ki organic chahiye, food organic, water organic, even chicken also they want organic. So I don't know what is the organic. So this is what a cult is happening all over the world. People are going for organic, vegetable, organic this, organic that. So jute is also supposed to be an organic product. It is an organic product. So I think that demand will come up for jute, especially in the export market. This company is well placed with a very, I think it's a debt-free company and having a good export market. So it will take some time. It's not, usually, I don't think that is going to happen in next 6 months. It might take 2 years or 3 years. And I've invested a very small part of my investment. See, first thing is very important. You make big money when there is a bull market. Because when wind and ship sail in the same direction, that is the time when you can make big money. So why do I tell that you have to wait for 10 years? Because not necessarily when you are buying stock market, maybe in a bear trend, maybe in a downward trend. It can remain in a downward trend for maybe for next 3 years, for 5 years. So I'm waiting for the next bull market. I bought Sera, I bought Aegis Logistics, or whatever shares I bought. I bought in 2003, that was the beginning of the stock market. And I held in even the turmoil of 2009 and 2010, that was the bear market. So when the next bull market came, people realized the value. So that is why I said stay for long term. Why do I buy the shares? It's a good management and good product, competitive advantage, and branding. These things are more important according to me. Everybody might have some different view because you invest according to your style. But if you tell me this is the best, if I know the management is very good, management is honest, accounting is unquestionable, management is ambitious enough, then I will give him 50 marks. Then I will decide on the products, because the product has some competitive advantage or not, and branding. Okay, we are having a very, very bright future, and we can be benefited into investing into stock market, but you have to follow certain principles. I have written down 10 points for you. I think if you follow those 10 points in your life, you will never be at least defeated in the market. That I will share you all those 10 points. So this is what I want to conclude my speech. After this, I will take the question answer session because time is very short. So can I share those 10 points to them? Okay. So this is what I am following. I'm learning and I'm still following. Create a fixed income from outside the market for your livelihood. Never be dependent on the income of stock market because it's a volatile business. It's a very fluctuative business. So better don't be dependent on the stock market. Though I did, but I struggled for 10 years, 20 years in my life. So you don't have to go through that kind of phase. That is why create a fixed income, either this is from your job or from your business or from whatever. But don't be dependent for your livelihood, don't be dependent. Second thing is be informative and read a lot. Don't think it's not a cakewalk, it's not a magic, okay? And it's not a jua, it's not a gambling, because stock market rewards you as per your perception. If you think it's a gambling, then it will prove a gamble for you. If you think it's a business, it's a platform to create your wealth, then it will treat you accordingly. So be informative and read a lot. You have to be a maniac. So first you should have all the information, everything, whatever happening around the world, you should know, because you never know which dot can you connect with your investment. If something is, suppose in Brazil, something is happening in Brazil, you can connect that dot to your investments. If suppose your company is exporting something in Brazil and Brazil is going through a bad phase, then your company will also be affected. So this way you should connect your dots and invest a part of your savings, not earning in stocks. If you are suppose earning 100 rupees, that does not mean that you should invest 50 rupees in the stock market. Whatever you have earmarked, you must have earmarked a sum for your investments. Out of 100 rupees, I am going to invest 25 rupees in whole asset class. Out of that 25 rupees, you should invest 12 rupees or 15 rupees according to your risk-taking capacity, because it's a risky business. And second thing is most important, don't trade and don't leverage. Never trade in your life until unless, because trading, I'm not saying, trading is a 24-hour business. It is not like you are studying here and you will just SMS your friend, ki buy 100 Nifty for me, and you think you can make money. You can never make money. So don't trade and don't leverage. Don't invest from borrowed money. And third, invest only for 5 to 10 years. That is the minimum time period I am telling you. Minimum time period is 5 years. Because it takes, Rome was not built in a day. It takes time for a story to mature. I have always invested in the stocks, in a small cap stock, which became medium cap or some of them large caps. So it takes time to mature a story, at least 10 years. And second, invest only with best management and let them worry about the company and sip the wine. Usually, what is the purpose of investing? The purpose of investing is, like, suppose I think the India future is very bright. Motorcycle business in India is going to have a bright future. Tomorrow I cannot go and set up a motorcycle factory because it needs a lot of academical knowledge, lot of capital, lot of networking. So I can go and buy Bajaj Auto, for example. So the idea of investing is this: if you are investing with the best management, then you don't have to worry about your investment. Whether market is going down, market is going up, you should sip your wine and stay invested. Problem is this: what we are doing here, management is playing golf and we are worrying about 24 hours. What is going to happen to this company? Import kaise hoega? Dollar, what will happen to dollar? What will happen to, blah, 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 so many things. Every time we are worried. Then what is the point in being an investor? Let the management worry. So here, ulta is happening, So that is why if you are with a best management, then you don't have to worry about your investments, because he has to save his own name. He has to save his own prestige. Okay? And your investment belongs to market, or profit belongs to you. Remember, as long as you are invested in the market, your profit does not belong to you. Even if you are in profit, don't think that that's your profit. That's your paper profit. So your investment belongs to market and your profit belongs to you. When you scale up your transaction, when you sell your shares and the money you get in your bank, that is the time that you can say that you have made this much of profit. So don't spend just because your stock price has risen, because tomorrow you never know, stock price will collapse also. So don't count your profit till you sell your stock. And book your profit also. Usually people say that don't book your profit, stay invested into a stock. I disagree with that. I think you should book your profit also periodically and invest for your house, which is the very most important thing. So this is what you should do. I think it gives you a lot of security in your life whenever market collapses. And this is not, usually you must have seen the market up and down, but I have seen some market for 5 years, nothing is happening in the market. That's a very testing time. So that is why periodically pull out money from the market. And keep a balanced mind. Don't be very optimistic in uptrend and very pessimistic in downtrend. Don't be happy in up market and don't be sad in down market. You have to tune your mind, because it's not only physically, mentally and financially you have to become sound. So that is very important, to keep a balanced mind. Otherwise you will give up. You will lose your patience and you will say stock market bakwas ka cheez hai. It's a, And last but not the least, luck also plays a crucial role. Do good karma. That is very important. Yes, I think that is the most important thing. Try to be a good human being and do good karma, because stock market is a game of mind. You are not doing any labor, you are not doing anything, just playing with your mind, with your numbers and with your perceptions. So if you are doing good karma, it will come back to you. This is how I want to conclude.